guys? Ooh. Okay, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Fantasy 5. We got some more
Week 6.
fantasy.
We ran tight on time this week. This week was a crunch.
Ooh, yeah.
It was a crunch. But last week was a hit, man. We were crushing last week, man.
Oh my gosh. The only thing that we struggled on was our quarterbacks. Kyler Murray, Josh Allen.
But the running backs were good. The sleeper running backs, the sleeper tight ends, slam dunk.
Oh, the
Tucker
receivers.
Kraft was huge. The receivers both hit. Everybody was rocking and rolling. This week, again, crunch for time. We're going to quickly get this thing going. By the way, HUD, sick hat, Heart Barbecue, Kansas City.
Check it out.
Check it out. He's the man. Royals.
I'm Statman.
Let's go. All right, this week we're going to do a bust QB. QB we think is going to absolutely wet the bed. It's not going to be a good thing. They're going to stink it up this week. They're usually great. This week they're a bust. Who you got, HUD?
Josh Allen. He's been a bust almost all season long. My gosh, I wanted him so bad as my fantasy quarterback, but I don't anymore. He has not been doing well. Like, he's had like 3 games this year where he's like went way under performance, like having a pretty poor game. He's not like, and then he can't just keep handing it off to James Cook for fantasy
the coach
points.
is on the hot seat. You lose your number 1 receiver. Life is not so rosy without a Stephon Diggs. Maybe they make a big move at the trade deadline. They're going to need something to jumpstart that offense. Josh Allen's his guy. I'm going to go with the sensation of the season, the rookie sensation, Jaden Daniels. The Heisman Trophy winner has been sensational. I'm only picking him for the simple reason I think that people expect him to be way up here. I think he'll be right about here. It'll be a good game, but not an elite fantasy game. The Ravens have seen Lamar. They see him a lot, so they know what it's like to defend a running quarterback. I still love what Washington has done by really committing to the run, limiting what he has to do, what's on his plate. But he's going to be my bust of the week. Let's move on to our must-start elite tight end of the week. HUD, who do you got and why?
Brock Bowers, Las Vegas tight end.
He's been great.
He's been the number 1 fantasy tight end, I'm pretty sure. And, well, we all know he plays for the Raiders, but with Devontae Adams not playing with hamstring injury and because he doesn't want to play for the Raiders, I think he gets a lot of targets. They are not handing it off this week. Zamir White has been absolute trash this year.
Dumpster.
So
Yeah, I like it. Brock Bowers, best college tight end that I've ever seen. The numbers back it up. I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts, a sensational athlete who is starting to get more and more targets, it feels like, every week. Kirk Cousins is coming into his own, and they're playing up against Carolina, who they're down 2 linebackers. They're one of the worst defenses in the league. Bottom third against the tight end. I'm going with Kyle Pitts. Put him in your lineup. We're going to go with our Thursday Night Football this or that edition. This time we're going to go with 2 guys that Vegas is almost identically predicting for yardage. The game should be a close one, interdivision. We're going to go with Brock Purdy, quarterback San Francisco, or Geno Smith, Seattle Seahawks. Who do you got, HUD?
I got Geno Smith, a.k.a. Mr. Accuracy.
Ooh, Geno.
Okay, so we do know they have Kenneth Walker, all right? They could hand the ball off. They don't do it. Walker only has 10 touches tonight, and
I hope not.
And half of his are receiving. So, if they're not going to hand off the ball, then that means they're going to pass the ball. I think DK Metcalf has himself a game, and maybe it wouldn't hurt for Tyler Lockett to have a game either, you know.
Okay, the pride of Manhattan, the Little Apple, Tyler Lockett, K-State. I am going to go with Brock Purdy. Purdy.
He goes against me every week.
He's got a little bit.
Statman.
He's got better odds for 2 or more touchdowns this week in Vegas. I think that the 49ers really lay it to Seattle tonight. I like Brock Purdy to go for 300, 2 touchdowns. The 49ers win big. Brock Purdy's a big reason why. Start Brock Purdy tonight.
Well, Brooks isn't going to be happy that you want the 49ers.
Hey, all I know, I pay the mortgage. I provide groceries. I can't pick your guys' teams too. I can't do it. I just refuse.
I remember in episode 2 you said I could sleep in the shed if I wanted to.
You still can. You still can. It's warm though. It's unseasonably warm here in the Midwest. I don't like it. We're going to go to our sleeper wide receiver. Speaking of sleeping in the shed, who's your sleeper wide receiver this week, Hud? Who do you got?
Mike Evans, a.k.a. Mr. Underrated.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's not much of a sleeper, but he's kind of a sleeper, I guess. He's a stud. Just because he's a stud?
Yeah, pretty much. And because, you know how Rashad Weitzman and Bucky Irving, who I like to call Sucky Irving, because I don't feel like he's...
I don't like that language. I don't like that.
Oh.
All right.
Still,
I'm going to go with George Pickens, okay? He's playing against the Raiders. They are starting to really fall apart. George Pickens is averaging 6 targets a game. He is the big-time receiver, the big play waiting to happen in their offense. He can't be covered by just one man. He is half man, half amazing. George Pickens, couple of big snags for touchdowns this week. We're going for 95 yards and 2 scores. George Pickens with a big-time week.
2 scores.
1 score. Well, 2 scores. We're going 2 scores, George Pickens. 2 scores. Moving on. Sadly, the Chiefs are on a bye this week.
Yeah!
And you know what that means? That means that the Chiefs will remain undefeated this week. They cannot lose. They refuse to lose. We're going to go with the Bucs Saints prediction, and we're going to pick a fantasy star of the game. Hud, I know who you got winning the game. It's got to be the Bucs.
Correct.
You never pick against the Bucs. Why can't we just pick against the Bucs? Just
no,
once.
we can't. I'm sorry, bro. You can't always pick against me. So.
Score prediction. Give me a star from the game, fantasy-wise. Who do you got?
Okay, Buccaneers are winning 24-16 against New Orleans.
Fair.
They are part of their triple threat is falling apart. Derek Carr is now hurt. I think, but Evans goes for 2 scores, and that makes him the star of the game.
Star of the game. All right. I am also going with the Bucs. Hesitantly, 27-24 Bucs.
Hesitantly.
Derek Carr's out. But Spencer, the rattlesnake rattler, comes in, and he gets the ball often and early to my fantasy set of the game, Chris Olave. Chris Olave, 115 and a tud. Started this
that'd be
week.
good for my big money.
Start Olave. Get that money. Huddy and Dad, we're going to have to sign out. We don't have a lot of things going on today. Oh, gosh, I guess we do.
We have football practice.
We've got
2 of them.
2 of them. We've doubled down with football practice, so indeed we do have a lot of things. Dad's mind is crazy right now. Dad and Huddy signing out. Have a great week. Start our guys. Win some in your league. Got to do it. Do it.
And move up to 4th place and be 2-3 like I am.
Let's roll.
Let's go.